We're once again live to celebrate womenhood for this entire month. Just in few minutes, I'm going to invite our guest. And okay, let's see. In the meantime, I hope you are getting some insights and some game changer tips from our other earlier guests, and also be um, enjoying your womanhood. As a woman, we take up a lot of multiple roles, and each role demands a lot from us. And I'm able to see our guest. Hey, Suma,
Hi,
welcome.
hi.
Yeah, happy Women's Day. The entire month is
Thank you.
something that we are celebrating,
Yeah.
and we are expecting one more guest. She's going to coordinate for them. And I'm telling my audience that although we wear a lot of hats when it comes to handling and juggling a lot of responsibilities, but we do with some ease, which is an inborn, right? That uniqueness and strength is something that we will discuss today.
Yeah.
Just going to make sure that I'm saying a hi to everybody. Innovative Reading Express. So, hi, Tishru. Okay. Hi, Tishru. Um, Govind, hi. Hey, there we go. We got
Yeah,
our
hi.
guest. Both of you on board now, and happy Women's Day to this duo.
Happy Women's Day to all the lovely women across the world.
Very
Absolutely.
long.
Absolutely. All right.
Okay. I
So,
think I have been connected to my personal account. Okay.
yeah, I was able to see two
Yeah, Nanal
profiles.
Saikab is, yeah, it's my
Okay.
professional.
So,
It's okay.
okay, you
We'll do.
all
I'll
right.
post this day. Done.
All right. I can invite you there as well,
Yeah.
because recently I saw one of your profile popping up. So I thought this should be you. I anyway typed your name, and then two profiles are there on your name. Am I right?
Yeah, Nanal Saikab is one, and one is Aruna Jayashree psychologist.
Ah, surprisingly, the other one is not popping up, or no?
Not coming.
Yeah.
Huh? It's okay. Leave. No issues, no issues.
Okay.
Anywhere across the world, any woman is fine. Every woman is my
And then
audience.
you can always invite
Yeah,
the other page also, right?
no
Tagging
issues.
me.
No
That's the
issues.
power of technology, man. I'm gonna say a hi to mu555.1. I have no clue who is that, but just
Triple
passing
fight
on a
dog.
hi and hello. Guru Murthy joined, and then Neeraj also joined. So a very big hi and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are logging in. And that's the power of technology. I would like to welcome you both heartily. And it's been a long time pending to meet us, together on Insta Live. So, having said that, emotions don't know languages, don't have limitations or boundaries. The EQ'd women, emotionally intelligent women, all around us. We don't have to look for exclusive wisdom, looking for something that we just cannot observe and absorb near us. So that's the reason I thought I'll make this as a series for this entire month. Hopefully, we'll continue to pop in on each other's profiles and then talk
Sure.
about something which is very unique to us, that we want to, that which has empowered us, and then we want to empower the other women around us
Yeah,
in our own little capacity, in our own little, space and time, that how much we can spread our light and grace to other women is matters a lot at this point of time. So, welcome to EQ Talks, and you being my guest, I'm so honored, and we are going to have a fun talk. It's been a casual chat with all the other great women that out there. So I'm going to have the same common questions for a few more guests, and then I'm going to change my question format because audience will also get bored. So on that note, you escape, and then you know what kind of questions that usually I'm asking my guest.
yeah.
The very first question that I want to ask you is, tell us about yourself. Like my audience know about me and your audience know about yourself. But then when we come as a trio, I think it's needed to, exchange few words about each other.
Yeah.
So you can pick up any turns. I don't want to pinpoint. So let's start with,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, Aruna, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. I'm Aruna Jayashree, child and adolescent psychologist, and for past 3 years, I'm practicing being a psychologist. And before that, I was working as assistant professor for 7 years with adolescent college students. That was the turning point why I wanted to do psychology. Um, One thing happened, and that changed my entire career. And now I feel so very proud being a psychologist, that too, especially for children and parents, bridging the gap between them.
Oh,
This is about me.
awesome.
Yeah, thank
Yes,
you.
Suma.
Thanks for inviting.
Absolutely. My
Uh,
pleasure too. Go ahead, Suma.
it's been almost 2.5 years now. I have a 4-year-old, and I just started. Like, it was a very rough beginning in the start, I would say, and it was mostly the COVID times, and everyone was so messed up. And like with the kid, not like it was like not one new thing; it was two new things, and
Absolutely.
I just couldn't manage. And for just to add to that fuel, I just recently moved from to Bangalore back then, and it was like too many things to handle, like too many messed up situations, and I ended up being a coach. And yeah, after that, like I had so many encounters where I realized like I wanted to do this because now we are living in a digital world where like the old methods are no more working, and parents are especially always in that high, like survival mode rather than enjoying whatever is the life that is
Right.
there with them. So yeah, with that I just started my journey, and now yeah, it's going good for me, my daughter, and I'm able to help like as many parents as I can through this thing. But yeah, for me also, when she was old, the challenges were different. My learning understanding was different, but now she's 4. The learning understanding is different with the 4-year-old. So that's how it's
Absolutely.
evolving the whole journey.
Absolutely. You rightly said, pandemic was a huge, churn for the entire world. And people like us with a toddler at home and also managing the other stuffs where we want to establish ourselves, it does take a lot of toll on us. Something about myself is I just transitioned from US. Hey, how are
Hi.
you? We got a child guest. All
Okay.
She's
right.
almost in all
So
my calls. So
what's that?
she's almost in all my calls.
Cause, right?
Nice to
Yeah,
see.
we're, whether we like it or not, we are directly, we are just nurturing them as well, right? That is very evidently saying because I just transitioned from US, and when I came back in India, I didn't feel much of a difference when it comes to technological adaptation. For the
Mm.
kids, especially Suma. So my child is going through online programming right now because of the midterm thing. I see kids are so progressive. They are so very forward, especially on the online format. But the regular conventional school has its own restrictions, so they might not be able to,
Yeah.
show their fullest potential. And I think even Aruna can relate because you're dealing
Yes.
with the teens
Yeah.
and tunings and all, right? I think it's a
Yeah.
wonderful topic that we can, all three of us can, we have common things to talk about. So essentially, when I went back over there, there are a lot of things different when you step out of India. And that plus that's a personal transition, and then pandemic hit, and I have a toddler, and I have everything is independently handled there. So you just cannot outsource, just cannot think about outsourcing, right? So it's we didn't have a breather also by the time we went. So many things had happened, and it just piled upon me incrementally without my
Mm.
awareness. And one
Mm.
day it had to explode. And essentially, even though I know that I'm talking about the subject called how do you handle that emotions within us, I practicing emotional intelligence, it doesn't, you don't get mastery in it. Even the master
Mm.
coaches, international master coaches, name it, they don't get a saturation point at all. It's an ongoing thing because life evolves, and so are human
True.
beings, and emotions happen for human beings. So
Yeah.
based on the situations, we need to keep handling it. And the only thing that kept me alive, with my subject is the practice rituals that I have. You know, life takes you ups and downs, but then how much are we in touch with those,
True.
practices is what is keeping us alive emotionally, physically, mentally. So I took it as a mission that first of all, do it on myself, right?
Great.
Practice being emotionally intelligent myself. And then through my own experience and wisdom is when I thought I'd spread this awareness to other women out there. And hence my mission to help 1 lakh women achieve that freedom from time, stress, and debts
That's great.
using emotional intelligence, wherever, whichever part of the world they are. And this is one such initiatives where we are clubbing to
Yeah, I
understand
can understand.
what
Great.
happens, with everybody. You can find that common ground in everything we are going to be talking. So
Mm.
that being said, I'll ask Suma. I'll have to just interrupt your. You can take your child's input as well and tell me, Suma. This is your turn.
Yeah.
This EQ talks will, specify specifically these questions or rooted out to understand your personal stories, the struggles that you had gone through. From the struggles, what kind of transformation you have that can be used as a strategy for the other women who was listening to this.
Mm.
So, and then from strategies, we will move on to game changer tips, and then finally some gifts for our audience. Okay. In the meantime, Suma, tell me, what is one area that you think, women right now at this day and age seems to be ignoring or undervaluing their superpower? That's one thing, they have it, but they're not using it. So, what is that one thing?
Like for me, it's the child only because like the phase I am, she's almost 4. From 2 years, I started this. Like one thing I understood, like like my I help mostly women who have kids below 7, like because that's the age I relate to much because like developmentally, brain development wise and all. But one thing I related to much is that they are very much, pretty much like the mirrors. Their characters don't change or anything. The moment we show something that's inside, though we don't show anything on the face or this, they just get it. So using that to navigate through whatever is happening in your daily life, like don't miss that because that helps as that learning tool on a very quick basis because which we don't get so easily. And
Right.
the earlier I learned about it is that eventually this phase fades off. Like they grow and we don't. They start building their
Lastly,
own characters. Like they are not mirrors anymore, and they are very not the exact mirrors, the clean mirrors they are. But till this age, they are very much mirrors. And it's like any relation out there you take, like like especially if you talk on that EQ point, um, this kind of emotional distance you get with your any person, though you cannot rebound to that original state of your
yes,
connection what you have between two people. But with this age especially, you it goes bad any times, it comes back to
back
the
also.
very
Absolutely.
natural pure state, irrespective
Absolutely.
of how many times it
Very
goes back. So
pure,
use that.
right? Yeah. So,
Use that.
Wonderful.
very good. You want to
Wonderful.
label that one thing, you want to label that one superpower, any particular, is it a mirroring aspect
Yes.
or,
Yeah. The mirroring, like using that mirroring feature when the kids are too young,
Mm.
because that's the quickest way to learn something. Because I have transformed myself in these 2 years. I know how much of emotional awareness of myself I'm able to get, and that's the
Mm.
first thing that these children need, and which none of us know. If you see, the God has designed us to learn that thing first, but because no one knows it, it's messed up.
amazing. Thank you so much. You want to introduce your daughter? Ask her to speak some words. What's your name? Tell us.
No, she's in that
Oh,
sleepy
it's
phase.
sleeping. It.
So
All right.
I attended a marriage and came back. So she's just stuck to me.
All right.
Okay.
Super. I'll go to Aruna
Yeah.
now. You tell us.
Hi, Brinda. Wonderful.
Mm.
What she said was awesome. Yeah. According to me, what I feel in all the parents, no, those who come for counseling and who are my clients, women just don't know their power. They feel that they are emotionally locked with some kind of society stigmas and everything. The fact is, no one is looking you. No one is thinking about you. Nothing is happening with anyone around. But we have a illusion mindset that everyone is seeing me, seeing me. So I have to satisfy this person. I have to satisfy that person. I tend to satisfy each and every one thinking from my point of view. Okay. And that is the biggest thing I need to remove from the parent in order to give their fullest support to their child.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so this is one biggest thing wall which I'm breaking so that they feel connected to the child better, much more better when they come to the first session and the fifth session. I'm able to see such a transition. I'm not working with the child.
Right. And
I'm working
how do
with the
you
mother.
how do you translate that as a superpower in them already? How would you identify one particular superpower and
Yeah,
tell them that this is what it is? So if that is so,
you
tell
just
us one
need to,
superpower.
okay, you just need to acknowledge yourself.
Um,
Acknowledgement, self acknowledgement. Yes, I am doing this for my child. I am doing this for my husband. I am proud of it. Being proud
nice.
of what
Amazing.
they are.
What they are.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So being very confident about their strength and flaws is the first foundation of becoming self-aware, and that's the
yeah.
first step towards emotional intelligence as well. So if any woman has this superpower, it's truly a superpower,
Huh.
right? You can always pass it on.
Okay.
Sorry, you were stuck. Brinda, unable to hear.
I think she is.
Yeah, now better. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Some
That's okay.
technical
Yeah.
glitches. So I was telling
What
you, like
is
Suma,
that one
how she's,
superpower?
yeah,
Hmm.
once you start understanding your own superpower, it directly, whether you like it or not, it gets passed on to the next generation.
Hmm.
Because we hold that responsibility of creating that next generation as well as be able to nurture them.
Yeah.
So that we naturally pass it on. Okay. Thank you so much, Aruna. I'm just going to quickly say a hi to all of our guests who have waved. Satya, MRT, okay, Nithila,
Great.
Gokul, Harish Kumar, Shivram, Hems, it's me, Thanusha, Heart My Mom, Bharat, Naveen, ooh, Pooja Anand, Surya Teja, Shubham, Swethasri, okay, look at the names, Raja Kumar, Yoga to World. Hello. He's always been a consistent listener, man. Thanks to you. Akshay Kumar, a lot of you, a very good morning. And women out there, happy Women's Day. And the men out there, happy Women's Day for your women in your world. All right. So back to our guest. I'm going to ask you to reveal more of your true self and tell us
Okay.
in what one area that you have felt that you got stuck or doubted yourself,
Hmm.
couldn't bounce back, or emotionally got drained.
Uh,
Somewhere it could be in the
yeah.
in the ways of, I can give you some cues, like it could be work, managing your work life,
Hmm.
or
Hmm.
parenting, or chasing financial independence, or in entrepreneurship, business partnership or expansion, or as a student when you're choosing your career,
Yeah.
or when you were, in teenagers and then young adulthood, or anywhere that you felt something, which one instant, we've got
Yeah.
so many things to share in the interest of time, one incident, and what is that part?
Okay.
How have you felt?
Uh, shall I go?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. For me, it is always my profession. After finishing my BE, Bachelor of Engineering, I got placed in Wipro. I got the offer letter. I had to get a train. Okay. My father said, you don't need to go to an IT job. Don't struggle there. Okay. Go for teaching profession. That will be still more comfortable. That is 8 to 4 job, all those things. Okay. So momentarily, I felt, yeah, that is still more convincing. No, I no need to work so much hours. Yeah. Feel good, feel good. Yeah. Fine. So I went along with his decision. I skipped that offer. That is the deepest regret
Correct.
till now, because it is not a point that I missed the job. I was not in a position to make a decision. That decision was not mine. Okay. I regretted very sooner actually. After 3 years, when I was in a different field, teaching profession, I like the job, but still, there is no hope for moving to a higher position in teaching profession. But all my friends know they were moving to higher profession. There was a growth phase. I couldn't see any growth phase. So all these were stuck in my head, and I started questioning why did I choose not to take that option when my father said, why did I make that decision? So because at that stage I didn't know anything, I was blindly believing that whatever my parents say is for my good. Of
Mm.
course, they are telling good for their children in their perspective. But we are the one who are emerging into this new technology.
Mm.
We should be more aware. Okay, it is
So,
my mistake. Completely, it is my mistake. So when I felt that it is my mistake, I started finding what to do. Then I started relating myself why I'm thinking like this. I was in college, no? I was having my students also in the same state. Why you want to go for a job? Because my parents said. Why you want to choose this company? I just want to get placed. I don't want to attend more interviews again and again. I just want to get rid out of this space. That was the point. I realized, oh my God, there are many number of students just like me, and I am regretting in this stage. You people shouldn't do that. I tried my max for many of my students to get connected to the domain which they feel connected, not just for namesake. Don't get into a company. Know whether you're liking that company, whether you can do that. I helped them, but I couldn't crack for everyone. Then I started studying psychology. I had an
mm.
interest. Why people are thinking like this? What's happening? What is the myth around it? All those things I started learning. That is the changing phase for
Turning
me.
point.
Yeah, because when I was in that phase, one student, one very good studying student, he committed suicide just because his girlfriend blocked his number. She didn't attend the call. It went for 2 days. He couldn't bear that. He committed suicide. I was in a position to call their parents and tell them he has committed suicide. Worst moment in my life. Okay, whatever you study, whatever degree you have, whatever thing, any exams, day to day life, we are going through so much of struggle, moving ahead. But lack of emotional intelligence, no, for that 1 second, for that one moment, when you choose to die, rather to fight, you're choosing to die. What kind of emotional intelligence are we having? So I felt that after that, I took a survey why people are committing suicide. The majority, 73% of the students said that it is the gap between parents and children. I'm not able to express my emotions to my parent. So I am left alone in this world. I feel very bad. If I say them, they give their judgmental view. I don't want them to give any judgments. I just want them to listen. All these things I heard from my students, no? Then I enrolled in psychology. This is the moment I need to switch. So I completely switched. Then I did child psychology. Why I chose child psychology is I need to know how children are molded from their childhood days. Then when I was studying this child psychology, now I was able to relate to my life, my entire life. It was completely traumatic when I know what is
I,
trauma.
I know you can relate so easily.
Yeah. Oh my God, I was under trauma so far. I didn't know all these things. Then after studying that, no, I decided I am the first person who should get therapy, and then only I can give therapy. So I took therapy for a year. I got cleared with all my emotional setbacks and everything, my limiting beliefs, everything changed. And I was able to see a different new world, which is full of options only for
Very
me.
nice.
Complete decision making is me. That
Very nice.
time I resigned,
Very nice.
and
Awesome.
I didn't tell my father and mother
Oh,
when
there
I
you
resigned.
go.
when I resigned, I didn't tell
You
them.
don't have
Okay.
to, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't tell them.
You didn't
And
feel the need. It's not that you don't have to, but
yeah,
you didn't feel the need for a
I didn't feel
validation.
that. Okay. And later, I didn't recognize that I forgot to tell them. And
It's not out of
after,
disrespect,
yeah,
but it's that feel of feeling fulfilled, right? You don't need
it's
an extra
a
validation.
feel of confidence in
Correct.
decision making.
Correct.
Okay.
Absolutely.
This time I am deciding the best for me and I will show them who I am, the true person. So now my father and mother, they are like, okay,
Happy
you're
at this.
doing something good. Many kids are happy, so we are happy. So
Very nice.
yeah,
Awesome, man. You know, a couple of
this
things
is,
happened by the time you were telling your story. Even the Insta Live had given you, bursting of crackers
oh,
background.
I don't notice that.
So
Okay.
I think that's the moment of realization you had. It just bursted in the background. So
Nice.
kudos to you.
Yeah,
I think
thank you.
it's a great
Thank you.
decision that even Insta had honored that.
Yeah.
So kudos to you.
Oh,
And
nice to know that technology is
and
honoring.
and
Nice.
absolutely. And you rightly said that point of decision making. We think deciding or the power of decision
Yeah,
making is very undervalued, right? But every situation, day in and day out, every moment, right from the morning, when you wake up, what kind of coffee you want?
yeah,
Is it a black coffee or a decaution coffee?
yeah.
What dress you want to wear,
100%.
right? What kind of people,
That is where I'm
what you're
training
supposed to do?
children.
Absolutely. And
Very
then
small,
it,
small
it
things.
goes it goes till the last moment, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So it's so powerful that the ability to decide is the second step towards
yeah,
intelligence. Right after you become aware, it's the second step, because after you become aware, you rightly said in your experience that you had the power to decide,
yeah.
right?
And
And
one
after
more thing
you
was, what I felt was taking responsibility of that decision.
absolutely, yes,
That is
the
very
moment
important.
the moment you hold responsibility for the consequence of the decision that you have taken, you don't need any other external validation,
100%.
right? So
100%.
how beautifully it just fits in, right?
Yeah.
We just have to tap into that brain skills, and then it is within us. So emotional intelligence is not outside; it's within us, well
You
within
just
us,
need to go inside.
inside.
That's all. Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Aruna.
Thank you
And
so
let's
much,
ask
Brinda.
Suma.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
absolutely.
listen to Suma.
Hi. Before that, she wants me to say her name. It's Vidya. So then
Oh,
I'll continue.
I
Because
know
you guys
Ritya,
asked
but I
earlier.
want you to tell the name to our audience.
You want to tell
I don't know whether you like to tell your name or not. That's why I did not. Show
like
us your Mehendi Kanna.
this?
You showed your hand.
Okay. Afterwards,
Okay,
you'll
we'll show.
understand. So, okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So for me, precisely, it was back when I shifted to.
Now she has stories.
No,
No, okay.
no.
No, no. It'll come before you end. It'll come.
This the age where that power of no starts and it vanishes. In this age when we struggle to say that no.
I know. And they are
Yeah.
very clear in saying no.
Yeah. So yeah, coming to me, it is back in Bangalore when it was like three things that were going new place, like COVID with the child. Like I was not even aware of the cooking, and it was a it was a big struggle. But then I figured out like I didn't. I mean, I knew this is not what I wanted to, but I was never knowing what I want to do, or like if I like certain things I want in certain ways, but I don't know how to do them. So like there was many times I was getting just frustrated with her, and then I was just like with along with her. I knew I was doing a big time tantrums with her along with her, and I'm just make the situation is getting messier and messier because if we two are also in that way, he
Same.
also used to get so much of angry because he also needs to work and it is affecting his work a lot because it was work from home most of the times and eventually when I had when she was around 20 months I just hit her so bad. Like it was like I just a sleepless nights for 1 week or 10 days. I would say like continuous, and I we were like we are so tired, both of us. And it was like each of us is taking turns in the night with that sleeping phase. We were not knowing what to do. And I just, one day it was my turn and I just hit her so bad. That was the day I decided, like, I didn't want it to hit, which everyone thinks when they had a new child, like, I'll not hit my child. But then I say, okay, this is where it's starting. But that's where I said, I know what I don't want to do, but I know I was doing it, but I don't know how not to do it. But then I took the coaching, I got my own certification, and it was good. When I was doing all that certification period, it was nice because I was every day getting what to do, what not to do, and I was having someone's help to navigate those through those situations. And once the sessions were over, it was like I was back to normal. I was struggling. It's like, and for me, um it didn't end there. With 2 years, it took me to accept that, no, just because knowing the information is not, you will be able to apply them
Absolutely.
in those right situations. It has got nothing to do. And eventually, I did my book. When I did that book, I had beautiful. I was also equally doing the certifications, other coaching sessions that I was attending, and I was also doing success gyan trainings and all. I could see that whatever we are learning, like we missed and we learning from in through these coachings and trainings and all, that is exactly the same thing what we are teaching to them. It is no different. It's like we missed learning those in from the start. And it's like in life you can never like, without learning you cannot miss them. Like, your life will give you chances to
That's
miss
true.
whatever you have
Absolutely.
learned.
Correct.
And that's when
Right.
things start to fall back in place. And I felt parenting gives that opportunity to each and everyone
Anybody.
to
To become aware.
learn, to change.
Correct. Correct.
uh, it's like you uh, it's always that opportunity you get. Like, we all mess up. Whatever life learnings we have to do, if we have not done in our life, you can always start them back. You can
Awesome.
always do. You can. So for me, I couldn't tell earlier, like, I gave this name as parental transformation for my own journey,
You.
like, that, because, like, I felt if I'm changing, and the parenting has that beautiful opportunity for us to learn and change. And I think everyone should use it. I mean, you don't have to go anywhere out, like, no therapies, like like yeah, that is one form. But for me, she was that healing. She was that
True. True.
cheerleader. I just need to use her.
True.
Know
True.
that I can use this.
Very
So
nicely said. Nicely said. Wow. So some keywords what I understood from you, Suma. One is parenting itself is a beautiful journey for us to learn our strength and opportunities to
yeah,
improve ourselves. And
restart
there's
life in a way. Whichever you
yeah, and
didn't feel like, you had, like, or we all had, like, from childhood, I was missing this. But all of that, like, maybe in the forms of learning, even if you want to do something, you can just start with them. So
but Suma, getting into parenting itself is a huge decision dilemma that a lot of us are right.
yeah,
With the help of our parents, like with some obedience, with some respect, we just get into that game just like that. But Aruna is still on the way, and
Yeah. You know
with
what?
all this,
Every parent who come to me, they usually ask me for the first session when they come, no, you are not a parent. How are you able to teach a parent? I clarify them with only one thing. I'm not a parent, but I'm still your child.
absolutely, yeah,
I am
that they
the
can relate
mouthpiece for
for your
your
child.
child
Absolutely,
because I know in my childhood days I was unable to speak. Okay, but I
yes,
was able to feel all those traumatic incidents.
absolutely.
Okay, when
You're getting
I
some
couldn't,
hearts. You're
yeah,
getting some hearts now.
Oh, when I couldn't communicate that to my parent, okay, I felt so very bad.
Mm,
Now I'm seeing that in your child.
yes,
I can find out what he is unable to communicate with you and I can help bridging you both. Now, do you feel fine with me?
Oh,
Then I'll ask and then I get into the session. Now they
very,
say that, yeah, you're
yeah.
qualified.
Yeah, very nicely put. To summarize, both of you or three of us connect with that individuality, right?
Yeah.
Whether it is a parent, like what Suma is trying to
Mm,
help on that perspective, because parent also need to acknowledge, like she was explaining
yeah.
about the struggles that she and her husband. I think all of us go through the same thing, and everything is common. Every parent begs to the child to sleep. We have done that also, you know. It's a journey. Like they lose
Yeah.
themselves during the parenting. But like Suma says, it's a therapy by itself
Yeah.
because the therapist is actually our own child,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
And if you
true.
have two, three children, they become a gang therapist. Okay, whether it's a positive or negative, everything is a journey. And
Yeah.
like Aruna says, that as an individual, even the child goes through their whole world of emotions.
Mm,
And the reason why we are taking that emotional intelligence as a tool, as a mission from my side, is to help, first of all, the individual parent, because it's the responsibility of the parent to get equipped
yeah.
with all these tools
Yeah.
and to
Yeah.
be able to, those are the first people. We are the first, teachers for our children. Charity begins at home. If
Mm,
suppose we are not equipped, they observe constantly, they mirror us, right? Like Suma says. So we need to be using those platforms to be able to make them decide very easily and transition based on our own patterns and behaviors. So with
yeah.
Yeah.
that note, I would like to summarize that all our personal stories and struggles are only pointing out that it's a journey of where we are identifying who we are ourselves. And there are people in our life, like
Mm,
children, or even the support system that we are getting from the men and from the people, like associations that we are. And Suma, at one point of time, she says that after certification, what next? Like
mm,
during the certification, when she had a support, she was able to navigate those challenges. And then what next? So that is where we are lacking. So that's exactly where I found out a pain point in me, and that is what is I'm building a support system for my community people. Accountability from external is also important. As
100%.
much as you want to be accountable for yourself in your journey, I think it is important to have that external accountability. So to keep
Accountability.
you
True.
going, whether it is personal life accountability, like your spouse or like your family members, also important in business.
Yeah.
With that being
Yeah.
said, so now we are talking about strategies, like
Mm.
how we can navigate and handle based on your own stories and what you're teaching to your community people. Tell me one, game changer tip. It's like this is one thing that huge had given me a huge transformation. I just cannot let go. Like I keep revisiting on it, even though I fall off track. But this is one thing which keeps as a reminder for me in my life to navigate challenge. So on that note, it can be a ritual or a best practice or a mantra, secret weapon. You can call this anything. So what one game changer tip that you would like to give it to our audience?
For me, it is health. Why? Because it's everything you can have everything inside your head. But when you want to give it to a large number of people, you should have this tool proper. So
Mm,
the tool for me is my body. So I feel that I need to give more concentration towards it, and I develop my rituals on my morning rituals with normal drinking water or very sleeping time, watching my sleeping time, taking enough rest, having that me time very good so that I can give my best for the other time, like for
other people.
everyone, business people, other people, yeah, everyone.
Okay.
So basic thing is what I want to tell to the women across is do not fear to take a blood test. In India, we always do a blood test only when there is a issue. Only when a doctor says go to a, blood test center, I need this blood test. When he writes vitamin D, vitamin B12, then only we take. Otherwise, we don't check. But we know that it is low. We don't want to take any action. So we
Mm,
always do that. And when all these vitamins are going down, all these micronutrients are going down, no, this is impacting in our emotional health. We don't know this. This is a very minute, deep rooted issue. when you correct your blood levels, everything is high and you're physically active, everything is there, no? You will have a different perception about the whole world around you. Okay. This is where every woman should work on it. They always sacrifice. They skip food. I can see this with most of the parents. They cook what and all other family
After
members,
they
but not
eat,
for them.
there are, yeah,
Leftovers of a mother's. That is the one worst thing I'm seeing. Please don't do that.
don't eat
Please,
the
women.
leftovers.
Yeah.
Very nice. So
Please
very nice.
give yourself the
Respect
importance,
person.
yeah, respect for yourself. Why do you
Absolutely.
lose your respect and you nourish everyone? You are the bank
For
for your
nourish.
entire family.
Absolutely.
So
So to
yeah,
summarize, what you have said is
health.
physicality. Just make sure that you take care of your body
Mm,
using morning rituals or regular practices like lifestyle habits, basically. So
yeah.
wherever you can fit in uh, for physical and emotional well-being, which has a direct coherence. So have some rituals going on. It can
Yeah.
be any simple things. Very nice. Nicely said. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Aruna.
Thank
Suma.
you, Brinda.
Suma.
Um,
You've got some, yeah.
yeah.
Ask her tips
So
also.
her tip is only one thing: just keep playing. Cry when
Every
she want you. Cry when you want something. That's it. Like you don't. Like, someone is always there.
or say no to everything. We can say yes.
No, I with this no, I would say it sounds very frustrating,
No,
but
it's
no,
actually it's actually a smart trick for adults to set boundaries.
mean that's
I
very
also learned, man. For children are very smart.
yeah, yeah. Like that's where even I'm coming, but from one thing, like there is always this thing like respect others, but we doesn't exactly know that respected, like
That
the proper
is
definition.
where we have to work. We
Yeah.
say respect, we do not show them the meaning of respect.
Yes. Any
Okay, we have to explain it still more elaborately in the way that they understand. We need to understand whether they understood or not. Okay.
there is this recent learning I am doing from one mentor. I should say, like that
Mm.
was the learning I had for past 2 years was on a very different level. But the mentor that now I have, like he just broke all the definitions and he said, "You don't do anything. Just observe your child." And like many people said, observe the child, but that really didn't sink in. But the moment I just started doing that, it was like all the remaining pieces started falling in place. Like this, like you see, like the end, coming into feelings or whatever the key words that many parents are going over this marketing professional like leadership, resilient, and this high EQ, whatever you say it. He just says that every person naturally possesses it. All you have to do is let that grow. For that to grow, you don't do anything. Just observe your child. That's it. And that king, when I started doing it, that is very difficult because we are always coming in between what the child is trying to be or do. We are always there in that middle part. We are always discovering. We want to show off our knowledge. We want to show off what is right. We want to show off what it is. And because of that, they just start that people pleasing ka behavior or all the labels they have to start taking in, like they start putting in mind like I have to be a good child, I shouldn't be crying or whatever it is. And when he said you don't need to tell them anything, just start observing the child. I'll tell you, any of you have to give any kind of tip to any mothers who say, I know I'm so messed up with the child. They ask them to just observe. And he has given us one task to do. He said, write your observations. And we are a class of around 30-35 members. All of us have just written down our judgments, what we want from the child. None of us could actually observe the child.
Mm,
That means
awesome.
what about, like, without getting our thoughts into the picture, we don't even observe the child.
Exactly.
Observing is doing what they are doing, seeing what they are, uh, just about them. It's not about us. And if we go back and see the, like, they also have learned from this Montessori nursery and whatever are the great philosophies out there, everyone says just be with the child, observe the child. You don't have to do anything. That's why even when Maria Montessori, she did explain, you don't even need to teach them English or anything. When they have that inclination to learn, they can learn it anyway. They're
Absolutely.
already leaders. They're already self-resilient. They're already independent. You don't have to push them or you don't have to do anything.
All right.
So that was like a,
Bulb
uh,
on, right?
yeah, a big bulb. The moment I started doing observation, like observing the child, it wasn't easy at all. It wasn't easy at all because I have to stop my own thoughts. I have to put uh pause to all my own perspectives, and that's exactly as what has happened with all of us in our journey. When we take something, if we see, when we like someone teaching something, we try to learn or try to be, how he has, achieved till that point, what he has done, because we think that, there is something that I have to do what they have done and I don't know. That I don't know ka question, we always try to pull it from outside,
Not
but
from
it
inside. Very
is
nicely
always
put.
inside. We don't know that.
Nice.
And for child also, we make them rely from outside when the all the power is inside.
Very nicely put. Very nicely put.
So just
Super. To
Wonderful.
observe the
summarize,
child.
very nicely put. Powerful, yeah. I'm
Very
just
powerful.
summarizing
Yes.
because, yeah, I'm just summarizing for our audience and also for myself because these are moments that, we just cannot get it back or we cannot keep on creating this, right? So, keywords are like observation
Yeah.
and, wisdom lies within.
Yes.
So that's the philosophy behind emotional intelligence, and that's the theme of my EQ talks as well. The reason why I'm inviting guests like you is the wisdom is already within us, and the wisdom is
100%.
also around us. We just have to tap into it. And
Yes.
the other times that you said, just observe and don't pass the judgments.
Yeah.
We're full of judgments. We jump into telling them, not asking them. So just to ease our audience, in case if audience had, yeah, you want to say something, Suma? Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to break because we don't even have to ask them. Like, uh, unless otherwise necessary, when they come up with something, you don't even, like,
Absolutely.
that's what I'm saying. There are so many things with that, specifically to observation, that I have learned, like these judgments or asking anything. The moment we start asking, we are putting what is in our thought to
Our
them.
judgment.
No,
Absolutely.
no. So
Absolutely.
when, unless otherwise they come with a question, put a question for them to identify the
So that's
answer.
what I
And
was
you
going to
don't,
say. That's what
yeah,
I was going to say. Wait first, observe,
yeah,
and when they come to you, don't tell. Because we are full of, we explode, right? We just want to explode, right? You know what? I waited. Now I want to say, no, don't do that. So I totally understand. I got the grasp of what you want to say, Suma. And to ease our audience, just in case if somebody's feeling that, I want to do that. I want to get that result, like what Suma and Aruna are saying. One powerful tip that I can give you, which is what working in me, um, to be able to observe your kids or even others or even self, because emotional intelligence, there are two components that you cannot escape. Okay, emotions are not just happening for others, it is also happening within ourselves. So you just cannot ignore your emotions. And when I say emotions, people think it's fluffy and it's overwhelming. No, it drives your action. I'll tell you how. For somebody who wants to use this game changer tip from Suma and Arna, if you want to observe, all you have to do is just practice the mindfulness pause. Pausing is what is actually happening. You need to pause, but it is not letting us pause because we are full of so many things. We are doing, and not be able to be there. So
100%.
use the techniques of mindfulness and then take a deep breath or a lot of techniques that you can pause. The moment you are able to pause is when you can actually do all the other rest of the things. So just start
Hmm.
yeah. We just
and
love to.
be able to observe. And then when they come to you, don't ask. I mean, don't tell them, but just ask. So you to fall in place. And it's a journey again. It just cannot happen overnight. On that note, thank you so much. I'm again going to go back to my audience. Oh, list of people who said hi. Veni, GPS 812, Surbhi, Pavitra, Sharada, Kritika, she gave you hearts, Arna and Suma. Happy wives.
Oh,
Mahil,
thank you, Priya.
Harsha, Neeraja says 100%. Vishalni, Aji, Nadeem, Sasikumar, Yarni. We don't know who's famous now among us. So many people. Janu, Jayakant, Joanna Pal. That was Joanna Pal.
I
Vasanta.
think
Hi.
most of them are my students. I
And
can
we
say
have
this
got,
is my personal account, right? So
yeah,
yeah,
oh,
I got
okay.
my students. Huh.
Okay, and we've got other audiences from I think Suma and my profile too. ILH Vasanta, yes, we are ILH
Ah, Vasanta
Queens.
ma'am. Yeah.
Very interesting conversation. Kudos to all three of you. Happy vibes. So it's a common friend, I believe. Sarika,
Yeah.
common.
Sarika, no.
Um,
Eilish.
Bangles. Ava Bangles.
Okay.
Shail. Okay, I don't know. So many L. Shal 29.
Mhm.
It should be a student only. Sandeep. Okay. Super, man, super.
Yeah.
A lot of people are looking at our conversations, listening to ours, and I think it's a responsibility for all three of us to um, just, go to the next last section and then end it with a bang. So, the last question that I would like to ask you is what one quality or an ability or a talent or a
Mm,
something that you don't want to let go as a woman. We touched upon a lot of things personally as a
mm,
woman and then as a coach, as an empowering people. And
mm.
one common thing what we found out is a lot of common points are all there, when I summarized. Having said this, having commonality among us and even people who are watching outside, they do will be able to relate on the common grounds. But
Yeah.
there is something unique about the womanhood, right? That you would like to celebrate within you. So if that is so, that one quality.
Mm.
So I'll ask Suma first.
Yeah, yeah, please.
One quality for me, right now, it's just that compassionate because that's the phase I'm right now in, which is easy when said but difficult when actually practicing it. We cannot do it all the time, but yeah, for me right now in the phase of life, it is compassionate.
And you know what highlights you in the time that we have been speaking? You're so compassionate to Hridaya that you are not once told her, just leave me. I finished this Insta love and come. That even, evidently shows that you do practice what you preach. Right? Thank you so
Lovely.
much, Suma.
Lovely.
Uh,
Aruna, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want something to add, Suma?
no, no, I'll just
Oh,
add it later. Just
okay, sure. Aruna,
Okay. For me,
we are waiting.
yeah. For me, no, when I see each and every woman, no, like around me, my sister, brother, my mother, everyone, okay, in my family itself, what I observe in everyone is everyone are able to come back and connect emotionally after a fight or something, where men do it in a different way, okay, and women
Isn't
do
it?
it in a very different way, where
Well, they sometimes don't do it also. That is also different only for them.
yeah, that's why I said different, okay. And the best part is when a men needs that emotional support, women is always there. Always, always, either in the form of mother, wife, sister, lover, girlfriend, bestie, someone is there. Okay. But for a woman, even when no one is around, she can resiliently get up and do the same work.
Bang on.
I have seen this in my father too, because when he is having a cold, he feels that, oh my God, everything is happening to me. My mother has to do. But when a woman know she's having cold, fever, everything, next
Fights back.
for lunch, I need to prepare this. For dinner,
Auto mode.
I need to prepare. Always in auto mode. I don't know where that power comes within a woman. I'm still not into that family mode, but still what I see in myself
Sure,
is
absolutely.
into the profession life, no? When some client wants an immediate booking, I say yes immediately because I know how badly they need that. Okay, even if I'm not able to do, I prepare myself to do that. So I
Absolutely.
feel that that power in women, no, that is where the whole world is revolving, I feel.
Very nicely said. Very powerful thing also.
Yeah.
If, for just few moments, if you can dissect to see that,
Hmm.
what's happening is even for resilience.
Yeah.
So when, I took up a tool where I'm spreading emotional intelligence using brain skills
Oh,
because brain has two
okay.
hemispheres. Everybody has a brain.
Right and
If
left.
your
Yeah.
yeah, right and left is there, and
Yeah.
midbrain is also there.
Midbrain.
Now, what's happening is when you talk about any particular talent called resilience, for example, it
Hmm.
also boils down to how logically you're resilient
Yeah.
and how emotionally are you resilient.
100%.
So,
Right.
I just want to pay some attention in the scenario that you have seen, especially with women who are bouncing back with that kind of a mode of being there for
Hmm.
others. I just want to ask those women, are you logically be able to bounce back? Or you are emotionally? So most of us will vote for emotional resilience. Again, I want you to dissect and see, is that emotional resilience also be applied for within self, or is it only being applied for others? That you're emotionally available only for others? What about yourself?
That is
For
again a
somebody, for someone, I don't, like just like you say, they are very self-emotional resilient. They're like, for
yeah.
them, they will bounce back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, as much as I want to appreciate the fact, one more point that you brought very nicely is that women is always available for that men. This is very, very true.
Yeah.
Right, we are that energy powerhouse. We don't know where we are getting that energy for ourselves and we are also getting for others as well,
That is
right?
women and
But
divinity, no?
right,
Yeah.
divinity, right? But I just
100%.
want to also allow you to just think one more step deep
Hmm.
to see that femininity in the men now as well. Because when we are born, both the chromosomes are together,
Yeah.
right? So both the gender has that masculinity and
Hmm.
femininity. And that is what essentially logical brain and emotional brain.
Yeah.
Because,
This
right?
is where I feel in parents also. Like when a father speaks, no, he will say that he is unable to express what I feel every love they have for their wife, for their children, everything they have, they just don't know how to express it. Okay, the way of expressing, no, they need to develop there. I recommend all men to please express what and all you feel to your spouse, to your children. We need to hear. Women are very, very emotionally connected. Your wife definitely wants to listen to it. She doesn't requires any diamond rings, chocolates, and nothing. You just tell her that you love her each and every day, and that will make your life better.
Yeah, I know, but it's tough for men, right? So essentially, they are tuned that
Yeah,
way, and culturally also, we are always told to keep our emotions outside. Our own, the
yeah.
women that we are talking
It is
about.
a myth.
Forget about men; they cannot even cry or they cannot even smile, laugh
Those
loud
are the
because
myths we
like
need to break, Brinda.
yeah, those were
No?
all taboo earlier,
Yeah,
but not now. It is
yeah,
highly demanded in this day and
yeah.
age when
We need it.
we are working, as a shared responsibility. Women is able to do the men work, and then men is, supposed to be doing. They are doing like when you come
They
out of
are
India,
doing.
when you step out of India, it's like no gender inequality and all.
Yeah,
Everything is
that
same.
that is why I want to talk within India for Indians, no?
I know.
Every woman wants this security from the men, okay, because they seek that kind of support for them, and when they are not finding that, they develop that masculinity with them, and that's why now today,
It's
no,
a
feminism is
lot of
projected in a
competition.
very
Absolutely.
negative way. Okay,
Okay.
when they wear the pants and go out, do all those work, all men feel that, oh, she's so feministic. It is not feministic. It is the space which the society left blank, and we are supposed to wear, we are supposed to do that, we are forced to do it.
And we
So,
don't know the appropriate way to express. It
yeah,
just comes out from us, right? It's all
exactly.
bottled up. There is no release mechanism, and that
Mm,
is why they have to be looking for mentorship.
yeah,
As a coach, because
yeah,
the coach can help you. Give you those tips and the support system. So powerful. And also there is one aspect that you said, I just want to mention and
Please,
then leave it, because
please.
everybody has those capacity, whether it's
Mm,
logical masculine brain or the feminine emotional
mm,
brain, right? We do have the combination. It's just that we do it all depends on our autopilot patterns, where which part of the brain we are dominating
100%.
using it.
Yeah,
For that matter, if I take your brain style, I might be amused to say that you are a logical person, although as much
yeah,
as you are able to connect. And most of our Indians are logically driven as per the survey.
yeah,
We
yeah.
because
True.
we were tuned with the education system and our family practices, that
Mm,
we were not giving importance to emotional literacy at all. Now gone out those days. Now it is high time to pick it up, because it's 21st century skill set,
yeah,
especially when you're dealing with young adults, Aruna. I think what you're doing is great. Keep up doing it.
yeah. Thank you.
um, you
Thank you.
know emotional literacy is important for everybody, and it starts with the child. What you're doing,
100%.
Suma, is absolutely brilliant, that you're starting with your own child,
Great.
right? So I'm so happy that we're doing something. We're continuously learning also. If you see, we have common things, like we're constantly learning, and we are constantly figuring out, to bounce back and to be able to spread that radiance and grace to everybody around us, is something that I think
Yeah,
it's unique about us. As a woman,
wonderful.
I
Lovely.
think we should not let this go. At least this Insta Live people that I'm looking at, I think this is one unique quality as a pattern I'm able to see, that we should never let go this. Like,
Mm,
imbibe that radiance and grace for self first, and then be able to radiate it to others. So that is one thing that we
100%.
have the power to do it, with all that compassion, what Suma says, and all that emotional resilience that we have, like Aruna says. We can combine that, and we can create ripples for the other woman who
Yeah.
needs that support, right?
Yes. Sure.
With that, so let me also once again, give a big hi to the list of people: Kishore Kumar, Siddharth, Surya, Sonia, Sophia, Ishat, Hari. Happy Wife says, well said. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being there for us. And it's gone overboard,
Yeah.
but lovely, so deep insights. And lastly, if there is any gifts for our audience, because we love gifts, and women love gifts, and we have to share each other that pearls of wisdom that we have. Just tell us what gifts you have for our audience.
Yeah, actually, this is my personal account, but still, in my professional account, which is nanel underscore skype underscore hub. So there, in my stories today, I have given some of the nuggets, okay, which is like you can understand whether you operate logically or emotionally in your maximum
Wow.
days, like throughout the day, how much you are logical, how much you are emotional, how do you think, all those things.
Wow.
So if people wish to get connected, you can follow me and you can ask me for anything. Okay. So I can provide you all the support.
Yeah. And
And one thing on this Women's Day, we everyone should wish men a wonderful life because I am single. I am an independent woman. I am safe in India because of many men around me,
absolutely.
auto drivers, bus drivers, many people. We hear one or two incidents here and there. Yeah, it is true. And also, majority of the men, they are taking care. I should tell this from bottom of my heart because today morning at 3:30, I came from bus stop. Three men were there. They helped me get a auto. They got the number. It was like I felt safe. Okay. It is like some kind of safe. And there are men who are providing all these things. We need to thank all these men.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You're
Yeah.
right now beautiful, eligible spinster, and powerful coach. You
Ah,
naturally attract, man. So right, and
yeah.
of course to celebrate that, what you said, rightly said, it is because of them we feel secured, especially in our
Security is
nation.
from, yeah, they
Absolutely,
are
within
providing
family,
wonderful security.
outside family also. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Aruna.
We are safe because of you people. Thank you.
Nice, Suma.
Yeah. For me, like I said, like that observation is very difficult. So right now I'm working with parents, like even on a one-on-one level basis, to help with this challenge, especially with the observation and also connection. So whoever want to, like, I work with them for 1 week and help them to get hang of it. I cannot say you will be able to do it. No,
Immediately.
with this session, like
Absolutely.
always, because I am still in a work in progress, which I am doing. But even to kickstart of that journey, I can do a one-to-one hand holding for 1 week, whoever needs it.
Wow.
Very nice. And a link will be there in your bio to refer for you to contact, or
They can
they can
connect
DM
with us.
you.
Yeah,
They
they
can
can
DM.
DM me. My profile is public only. They can just drop me a DM. We can connect over it, and we can just. I'm like that observation. I'll tell you, it brings out everything what we are talking right now. Everything. So
Super.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm just there anytime for you guys.
Super,
Great.
super. Thank you so much. And of course, my audience knows what I'm doing. And then with the combination of you both, what I understood is the importance of tapping into our own
Energy.
brain power. Because we are right now celebrating the womanhood, also emphasizing the unique strength that we have, the wisdom that we have within us. So for that, I have a powerful tool in a form of workshop.
Mm.
So I have free resources out there in my social media platform, but then all put together and concretizing in a form of workshop, just 2 or 3 days. The link will be there in my bio. It's out there for women, and that too for free of cost. Next month it will be charged, but for this month, free of cost, where I'm going to
Wow.
also give you a AI generated brain style report
Wow.
for you
Great.
to unlock your EQ status, to know whether you're a logical or an emotional driven person
Mm.
initially, and then be able to map your strengths and weaknesses accordingly, and then set your goals for your personal and business
Wonderful.
development. It'll be a solid way
Super.
that you won't regret. So this
Super.
is out there for all the women, and
Great.
we'll catch up again with a powerful
Yeah.
topic once again.
Sure.
And it is, by looking at the acknowledgement from the audience that it's the most needed topic of the hour, right?
Mm.
As a combination, whatever we have offered is powerful, that just in a matter of 1 hour, a lot of strategies and personal wisdom has come. So I think it's a thanks to the technology, thanks to our audience who made this happen, and thanks to my
Wow.
guest, virtual hugs. Okay. So love to,
Virtual hearts. Yes, yes. Heart,
yeah,
heart, heart for everyone.
thank you. And we'll meet again.
Hey,
Yeah, sure.
Artista, you want to give them a hug? Give with your both hands.
Finally.
Hi, dear.
With your both hands. Ah,
Oh,
she's giving
finally
it.
she smiled. Nice.
All right,
She's
ladies.
also giving you diamonds. Instead of
Oh,
hearts, she's becoming
diamonds.
so. She starts giving diamonds to
Wow.
everyone.
This
Oh,
is,
that's a new thing, right?
yeah, nice, no?
Trend.
Nice to learn.
No, why?
Trendsetter.
Why
Women
only heart?
love diamonds, yeah.
She's giving diamonds yesterday. Like I went to manage everyone. She's like, bye bye. And then she's like, I'm giving you diamonds. I'm like, yeah, this is a new way.
Oh,
Nice. Always hearts, no?
Why?
Now
It's
diamonds.
a yeah.
me and you and Suma will have diamonds only now
Yeah,
onwards.
we'll have
Okay.
diamonds, okay?
Super. I'm saying
Nice.
a last hi to Siddha 3 and psychologist Dimple. I'm
Dimple.
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Dimple. Thank you for being here.
Oh, so sorry to butcher the name, and we are so honored. Even if it's last few minutes you've joined and showed, honored us.
Yeah.
We'll continue to do this on a different theme and different
Mm.
formats. Thank
Yeah,
you so
we'll do.
much. And watch the replay, people who have missed it, and pass our love and radiance to everybody around you. Support us in our journey also. In turn,
Yeah.
we would want to support you guys.
Yes.
Chalo. See you
Oh,
then.
see you guys around.
Bye bye. Thank you, Brinda, for
Bye.
inviting. Bye, dear. Bye, Suma.
My pleasure.
Bye.
Bye
Thanks,
bye.
audience. Thank you very much for
Thank you,
coming.
everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to us.
Bye.
Absolutely. Thank you. Bye, Ridya.
Bye, Vidya. Wow.
Diamond Ridya.
Finally.
Diamond, give your diamonds to them.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
okay, Kanna. Bye bye.
Bye.